What is going on, chat? We got a crazy one today. I don't know if any of you have heard of Malone Lamb, but yo, this shit's crazy, bro. Dude stole over $230 million. But let's get into it.
Wow, I
No
see it.
way.
Oh my
No
god! $243 million! Do you know how much money that is?
Like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah, I'm ballin' like it's game time.
That jacket's fire.
No drip, this time to run it.
It's the 19th of August, 2024.
Dude, I'm just thinking about it. Like, taking $230 million, bro. Chat, that is so crazy.
The day a group of young adults carried out one
Imagine
of the
how
largest
sick
crypto
you'd be
heists
if you
ever
were that
recorded.
guy.
20-year-old
Oh
Malone
my
Lamb,
gosh, I'd be
18-year-old
fucking
Birch
devastated.
21-year-old Janiel Serrano, Danish Khan and Chen. These kids targeted a single Genesis creditor who had no idea they were about to lose a staggering $230 million worth of Bitcoin. But how did they pull it off? Were they expert hackers with advanced coding skills? Well, it was much simpler than it seems. These scammers did something very clever. They hacked into basic human nature.
I dare you to let me build you a
Chat, how you guys think he stole it?
It all began with a phone call, a seemingly harmless contact from Google support. But this call wasn't from Google at all. Using a spoof number, Vichatel, also known as Wiz, convinced the victim that their personal accounts had been compromised. With this false sense of urgency, he gained access to the victim's Gmail and iCloud, where he gathered key security information. Another call followed, this time from Janiel Serrano, aka Box, claiming to be a representative from Gemini,
so they
the
had a
crypto
whole
exchange the victim
team.
used. The
Oh,
victim was
shit.
tricked into believing their
He had a
account was
whole
under
team with
attack.
him.
Under pressure and convinced they needed to act fast, the victim reset their two-factor authentication settings, giving the thieves the access they needed to take control of the Gemini account, quickly sending funds to a compromised wallet. The situation was spiraling, but the victim had no idea. When he was asked to use AnyDesk, a remote access software, it seemed like another step in securing their assets, but in reality, it was the final blow. As the victim unknowingly shared the screen, the private keys to their Bitcoin wallet were exposed, and in just a few clicks,
Dude, chat, would you? I feel like I could never get tricked like that. Like, there's a lot of ways on a call, like a over the phone password, but I would never download some shit and then share my screen. That's crazy.
digital fortune was
Especially
transferred into the
logging
hands
into
of the
some shit
thieves.
like that.
Wow.
Wow, I see
No
it.
way. No fucking way.
I see it, bro. It's on the blockchain. It's on the blockchain, bro.
No way.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wow.
In a private
Dude.
video, they recorded the live reactions to the successful transfer of 4,064 bitcoins valued at over $230 million at the time, clearly excited as they watched the millions flow into their wallets. How did they manage to pull off such a heist? How could someone with that much wealth be deceived so easily? And why will they record themselves in the act of committing such a massive crime?
That's
These
where
are
they
questions
fucked
that
up.
might never be fully answered, but one thing was clear: the money was now in the hands of the criminals, and they knew their work wasn't done yet. Exactly 17 minutes after, they quickly set about laundering the money. To make it harder for authorities to track the stolen crypto, they split the Bitcoin into smaller amounts and transferred it across 15 different exchanges, a common tactic known as pill chains. The idea was to break the large transactions into smaller ones, making them harder to trace. Bitcoin was swapped for Litecoin, Litecoin was swapped for Ethereum, and Ethereum was swapped for Monero. The process took several days, with constant swapping between different currencies and exchanges, further obscuring the trail.
Go to the top right, the settings bar. Settings, no, not that. Like the swap settings. Set custom recipient. No, bro, what the hell? Do 998.
Alright, bro, you're so horrible.
You can't.
Bro, I'm clearly busy, Caleb.
Chat, I wonder if I invested
Soon
in
enough,
this
all the
like
stolen
3
money
years
was
ago,
now
how
plain
much
money
money
ready to
I'd
be
have.
spent, and the criminals didn't hold back. The day before the heist even took place, they were already planning on how to spend their fortune, sharing links with each other on Telegram of expensive luxury clothes they wanted to purchase, from brands like Louis Vuitton, Givenchy, and Philippe Plein. While most of the crew chose to play it safe, keeping a low profile and resisting the temptation to splurge, one man couldn't help but stand out. His name? Malone Lamb.
Ballin' like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time.
Yo, yeah, this dude
Malone was based in
fucking
LA, and the
balling.
moment he got his hands on
my
the money,
gosh.
he wasted no time diving headfirst into a luxurious lifestyle. Everything he had once watched wealthy people enjoy was now within his reach, ready to become
Yeah, I
his new
mean, can you
reality.
blame him though?
Nightclubs became
Oh
his
my
second home.
gosh.
Almost every night, he hit a club, spending
That is
ridiculous amounts
crazy.
of money on VIP sections and bottle services. His bar tabs were unbelievable, some nights costing $265,000, $300,000, and even more than $500,000 in a single night. If you were in one of those clubs, you couldn't miss him.
Yo,
His name would be
nah,
flashing
she
on
is
signs,
funny,
and DJs
bro.
would shout his
Who the
name,
fuck
giving
is
him all the
Malone?
attention.
That's crazy, bro. That just shows like if you have money, you're just that guy, bro. Like for real. Like random dude, as soon as he got that shit, next level, turning up.
He quickly became everyone's favorite because whenever he was around, everyone got to drink for free. He threw around cash like it was nothing, and one time he even handed a DJ a massive 6-liter bottle of Golden Ace of Spades champagne, which could cost anywhere from $25,000 to $60,000. Another time he
Oh
tipped a
my
DJ
gosh.
$2,000 and had
Yeah,
all the
everybody
unlocked
was
bottles in the club
probably trying to
sent
get some
straight to
money
his
off
house.
up off of him, bro.
$2,000. When I tell you the amount of bottles he sent me that I took home, brand new, everything sealed, brand new.
But as fun as LA was,
Damn.
it still didn't feel like enough. He craved more attention, more luxury, more extravagance. So what did he do? He chartered a private jet to Miami. There, he took his spending to a whole new level. In Miami, Malone settled in a waterfront mansion. This place wasn't just any house. It was a $10.5 million
Wow.
estate with a $62,000 a month rental price tag. This mansion was massive, covering over 8,500 square feet, with 25-feet ceilings, 10 bedrooms, and a huge pool with a jacuzzi. It had
That
two
shit's
big front
crazy,
gates
bro.
and a garage with a spacious driveway that was later filled
Chad, what would you guys buy if you had 230 mil? Dude,
with expensive
that's
supercars
so
and luxury
crazy.
vehicles. Malone bought a black Mansory SF90, a white Lamborghini
I
Urus,
feel like,
a fully kitted
like
out
I
white
don't,
Mansory Lamborghini Urus
I
with
don't know
baby
how
blue
people
interior,
run
matte black
out of
Lamborghini
money,
Revuelto, the
like
new
once
Porsche
when they
911
get
GT3
there.
RS.
Like, how do you go broke if you have $230 million? Like, I don't know how the fuck you even spend all that.
The new Ferrari SUV in black, two Mercedes-Benz G-Class, one in grey, one wrapped with matte black camo, a convertible matte black and pink Rolls-Royce Dawn, a blue BMW M4, another Lamborghini Revuelto in matte grey, a blue Lamborghini Urus, an all-white wide-body kit Lamborghini Aventador SVJ with Malone's name written on the bottom of the door, a matte black Ferrari 812 Superfast, another Lamborghini Aventador SVJ in blue,
Yeah,
a
dude,
pink
that guy
Urus,
was balling.
which Malone
He was
originally
blowing
bought as a
that
gift
shit.
for his ex-girlfriend to try to get her back, but got rejected again. A fully black carbon fiber McLaren 765 LT, a blue Pagani Huayra, and many more cars. If you didn't realize it by now, Malone was always rolling with fashion. He rocked high-end designer pieces like Louis Vuitton and
And you
Givenchy.
still probably
His
had a
style was
bunch left
expensive,
over,
with the
dude.
most expensive piece of clothing being the Moncler Maya 70 by Paul Manges jacket, which alone cost $50,000 or more. But after all this wasted money on clubs and cars, Malone finally decided to invest his money in timeless pieces that would hold their value over time, like these Cuban link chain bracelets filled with diamonds, a Richard Mille covered in diamonds, and a diamond ring for each one of his fingers. One Richard Mille wasn't enough, of course, so he bought multiple. Even his
Yo,
glasses had
Malone
diamonds.
wasn't playing, Chad.
Malone wasn't just a millionaire obsessed with himself. He had a generous side, often using his wealth to give back to others in need. He bought 5 Birkin bags and gave them away to random girls at the club. One of these lucky ladies was a model named Olivia Allen.
Guys, I can't even make this up when I say that I just woke up to a Birkin in my bedroom because a man gave it to me in the club last night. This is your sign to go clubbing.
Another lucky lady who got a Birkin bag was famous TikTok star Sky Bree.
Me and my 2 girlfriends walk over to the section, and this kid, I'm gonna refer to him as like a kid. I mean, he was definitely over the age of 18. He looked pretty young. He comes towards me and he's like, I got this for you.
She ended up saying she didn't like it.
It's beautiful, but to be honest, it's not really my
Oh
style.
yeah, that's crazy.
While Malone was busy making his name known, flaunting his wealth at every turn, he was also drawing the wrong kind of attention. His outrageous spending, paired with his desire to be noticed, made it easier for authorities and blockchain experts to track him down. Investigators, including prominent
dude,
figures
like,
Zach XPT,
What would you even say as to how you got all that money? Like, You know, I mean,
We're
I
closely
doubt
watching
he's
the flow of the stolen
working.
funds, tracing each
That
move
had
as
to
he
have been
splurged
pretty
on cars,
obvious.
clubs, and luxury items. The more he spent, the more obvious it became that his newfound fortune was linked to the heist, and soon enough, the walls started closing in.
Welcome to Iron Beam, the future of.
Yeah, I wonder how he's gonna get caught. They already probably are watching him from that, just from that shit.
Malone
Bro's
thought he was
posting
untouchable,
everything.
but behind the scenes, law enforcement and experts like Zach XPT were already connecting the dots. Through his flashy spending, investigators tracked large transactions linked to the stolen Bitcoin, using blockchain analysis to map out the movement of funds. What's more, both Box and Wiz
Oh
slipped up during the
wow,
process
random
of laundering
people
the
can
funds.
get that
On
deep
several
into that shit,
occasions,
dude.
they accidentally leaked the stolen funds with their personal assets.
I didn't
Wiz,
know
for
that.
example, also leaked his full name during a screen recording, while Box reused deposit addresses, making it easier to trace the funds back to them. These mistakes, combined with recorded conversations and digital footprints, painted a clear picture of the criminals' activities. By mid-September 2024, the FBI and other authorities had gathered enough evidence to act. On the 19th of September, federal agents raided Malone's Miami mansion, where he was arrested, surrounded by all the luxuries he had bought with a stolen fortune.
We hear boom, and we thought that was shooting in the neighborhood, and we saw a lot of police. This was something that never happened in this neighborhood. Most of the time was a lot of party. It was party because I can hear from my house the music.
It was a stark contrast. Malone, who had lived like a king for just a short while, was now being led away in handcuffs. Authorities were able to freeze over $9 million in stolen funds, with $500,000 already returned to the victim.
Dude, that's all? He spent all but $9 million. Oh my god, bro.
However, a significant portion of the stolen money remains in cryptocurrency wallets. At the time of making this video, $21 million linked to Box is still sitting in one wallet, while Virtual Tao, also known as Wiz, has around $39 million tied
Oh
up
wait,
to his
so they
account.
can
Additionally,
see
$4
that
million
account
of
and they just
Malone's
can't do
funds
nothing?
remain untouched in another wallet. But what happened to everything else he bought? The cars, the clubs, the private jets, and all the flashy stuff. See, when a criminal buys luxury items, like cars, with stolen money and later gets arrested, the government steps in and seizes those assets through a process called asset forfeiture. This allows law enforcement to take control of anything purchased with illegally obtained funds, such as cars, houses, or expensive jewelry. Once these assets are seized, they are usually put up for auction. In many cases, dealerships
They're not
or buyers,
giving it back to
including
the
same
owner?
dealer who originally
Oh
sold the
my
cars, can
God.
purchase them again, often at a lower price than they were initially sold for. The money made from these auctions then is used in a couple of ways. A portion of it will go toward compensating the victims of the crime, helping to recover some of the stolen funds, while another portion could be used to cover the cost of the investigation and legal proceedings. If the victim is lucky, he can get 50 to 65% back after the auction and administrative fees, the cut the investigators will get. However, in Malone's case, 3 of the cars he purchased, the Mandarin Lamborghini Urus, the Lamborghini Revuelto, and the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, were later transported to LA following his arrest. These cars were spotted by EFF Spot, a popular YouTuber who is known for his rare and expensive car spotting videos. In this particular video, both the Revuelto and the Porsche appeared with noticeable damage. The Revuelto had significant front-end damage, while the Porsche was dented in the rear, suggesting that the Revuelto had likely rear-ended the Porsche. This kind of damage will undoubtedly decrease the value of these cars when they go to auction, significantly reducing the amount the victim could recover. The same process will apply to the clothes, jewelry, watches, and designer glasses that Malone purchased. These luxury items are likely to be seized by authorities and auctioned off as part of the asset recovery process. High-end watches, such as his Richard Mille pieces, are particularly valuable and could bring in significant amounts at auction. While designer clothes typically depreciate in value, Malone's expensive pieces will still hold enough worth to help recover the funds for the victim. As for the wallet spending in clubs, that money is pretty much gone. When you blow $500,000 in a single night on bottle services and VIP sections, the clubs aren't held responsible for giving it back.
$500,000 in a single night? Yo, this guy was not playing, bro.
Especially if they had no clue the money was stolen.
He was
Same
living
goes
like
for
a
the
king
private
for
jets.
like
Those jet
a couple
companies
months.
provided a
Shit.
legitimate service, so the money Malone spent on his flights
I wonder
is
if
long
he's
gone.
still in jail or
conclusion,
not,
while
chat.
most of the big ticket items can be seized and auctioned, much of what Malone spent on services like clubs and
Did he
private
get
jets is
arrested
lost for
or?
good. This
I
story
wonder
isn't
what
just
happened.
about a major heist or the luxurious lifestyle Malone enjoyed for a brief moment. It's a lesson in greed, the dangers of showing off wealth that wasn't earned, and how quickly everything can come crashing down. Despite all the money spent, the nights out, and the flashy purchases, Malone's dream life was built on stolen funds, and it was only a matter of time before it fell apart. Authorities might recover some of the stolen money, but the damage done to the victim and the recklessness of Malone's spending spree are a reminder
Chad, I
of how
feel
easily
bad for the
things can
guy
slip
he
away.
took that
For
shit
Malone and
from.
his friends, what started as a wild ride of lavishness ended in arrests and the
Probably
names
spent
tied
at
to
least
one of
half
the
that
biggest
shit.
crypto crimes in history. In the end, this heist shows us that no matter how clever the crime or how big the payout, the law always catches up, and the price they paid was far greater than the short-lived luxury they enjoyed.
Wow, that was a good one, Chad. That was a good one. So I wonder what happened. Oh, let's see this.
Oh, by the way,
Not
remember
over.
Olivia, the model who got a Birkin bag? Yeah, she made a TikTok after Malone's arrest styling the Birkin with a police uniform. And also another TikTok in the same club saying, no free bags tonight, just free drinks.
Wow. Yeah, so I wonder, is he still in jail, chat? I wonder what happened to him. I want to figure that out. Let me see. He made a plea deal. Oh my gosh, 17 people. Okay, so he's right now he's in jail and he has no bail. Wow. Yeah, it's a crazy case, chat. Well, anyways, if you like that video, like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys